Time to go behind the Burnt Nose Curtain, talk some Texas football. So over the weekend, Texas hosted several official visits for prospects in the 2026 class for their football team, and apparently part of the recruiting pitch was to display a fleet of Lamborghinis there on campus, right there at DKR. Right when the recruits walked up, they had a video of it, went viral, and a lot of folks were upset with this. Now, this is there are some players who I do believe were driving Lamborghinis, but I think they were their own. I'm not sure. They were just up there for display. It wasn't like every recruit got a chance to just roll off in a Lamborghini. It was a display thing, from what I heard, and it was an agreement they had with Lamborghini. And by the way, Texas had, remember, I think Bijan might have had a Lamborghini endorsement during his NIL, one of his NIL deals that he had at Texas. And I want to say last year it was like Jake Majors and Jordan Whittington and Jalen Ford who had some deals with
Yeah.
Lamborghini. So it's been something Texas had, like it's been something that's been within the program for a few years now. This is the first time we've seen this. But by the way, this is not the first time we've seen this, period. Oklahoma did this in like 2021. And they had it on, it wasn't all Lamborghinis. It was just really sports cars of any kind. They just had like different sports cars that on their football field. There's a video that's resurfaced online when Oklahoma did it. And I don't remember the blowback being like this. I don't remember there being this much negative blowback about it. But it is Texas, so maybe it's obviously Texas and the brand elicit from some a lot of sports competitive hatred, if you will. So it could be that. But I don't remember people talking about, because this happens a lot. I mean, nobody was talking about. I remember when they had helicopters that were going to like recruits. Going to recruits games and stuff. This was a big deal. We talk about
Yeah.
this all the time. The arms race always, it takes on it materializes in a different way. The arms race in college sports, right? And I remember at one point it was all about facilities. You had to have a barber shop in your locker room and TVs in your lockers, and your lockers had to light up, and you had to have slides and stuff all throughout your facilities. Really cool, crazy stuff. Your players lounge had to have video games, and it had to have like pool tables and all this really cool stuff. And now you don't really see that anymore. Nobody really cares about that, because the arms race has taken on it's taken on something different, right? And now I think it is NIL is what the arms race now represents. And it's weird that now when Texas goes back to kind of an old idea, like I said, Oklahoma did this a few years ago. I don't remember there being this much blowback, but I do think Texas has a reputation that they have a lot of money. Now, whether that reputation is true or not, I think it is true. But a lot of people believe that in the NIL era that we live in, that Texas is going to they're going to separate themselves even more, because NIL allows you, the free market allows you to weaponize those boosters, donors, and those resources. And then this is part of them weaponizing their resources. It is throwing Lamborghinis at players. By the way, this is the whole point of NIL. Right? If you're a Lamborghini, you love this partnership. We're talking about, why the hell are we talking about Lamborghini? I'm not buying a Lamborghini. I'm never going to buy a Lamborghini. But we've been talking about Lamborghinis all weekend long. And Lamborghini, they just got a free commercial when the video went viral of them, the recruits walking up and talking about the Lamborghinis and putting it out all over their social medias. So the whole point of NIL is so that the companies get marketing and promotion creatively, and so that the university or whoever it is, the players themselves also get, of course, compensation via some NIL deal. And if they play well enough, I imagine they will. Hell, we got Texas. We just talked about it. Bijan's had a Lamborghini deal. So did Jordan Whittington and Jalen Ford and Jake Majors. You play good enough, you get the Lambo deal. And
Yeah.
so it's all actually just kind of inspiration for the players when they out there. It's like it's the same thing they used to do with us when they would put the jersey on, and then they would on the recruiting visit, they would call your name and introduce you onto the field and have like fake crowd noise. I mean, it's the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just taken to a much higher level and a much more creative level with NIL. So it's just recruiting is just sales. It's a sales pitch. And I think people are really upset that the Texas sales pitch is just really good right now. It's a really good sales pitch right now. And I understand there's not a lot to negatively recruit against the University of Texas right now. And that used to be really